Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I just want to give you a quick review of the Google Pixel 6a. So I did buy mine during pre-order and it did come with the Pixel Buds A series along with it. So the Pixel 6a was released at the end of July of this year. It looks very similar to the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. Those were released at the end of 2021. As you can see, the design looks very, very similar to those. It does come in 3 different colors. So the one I have here is chalk. It comes in sage and charcoal also. All right, and just to give you some quick specs on the Pixel 6a. On the front here, we have a 6.1 inch Full HD Plus OLED display. It is running at 60 hertz. Now, as far as storage, we get 128 gigs on board. You get 6 gigs of RAM. We have a 12.2 megapixel wide camera and another 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. You get an 8 megapixel front facing camera, and as you can see, it does have the punch hole style, and it has the Google Tensor chip. And that is the biggest thing about this phone that makes this stand apart, is that Tensor chip is absolutely incredible. So on here, you do have Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. You do have aluminum going all the way around, so it does actually feel really nice in the hand. On the back, it is plastic, so it is not glass like the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. However, you really wouldn't be able to tell. Our battery in here is a 4,410 milliamp hour battery, and they do say 24-hour battery because it does have adaptive technologies in here. So Pixels learn how you use your phone, and then they figure out what is the way to move these applications around and make sure what's running is what you want it to run, and then it figures it out so that it knows what you like to use on a regular basis. You do have a fingerprint scanner on here as well. So you have the display fingerprint scanner built in like so, and as you can see, it's pretty quick as well. You also have 5G included as well for connectivity. All right, if you're wondering what comes in the box, of course, we have this really tiny box. So it only comes with the phone itself, and then we also get our USB-C to USB-C charger, as well as an adapter, so you can use this to connect your old phone. So you have a USB-A to USB-C adapter, and that's it. Taking a quick look at the design of the Pixel 6a, it does look very reminiscent of the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. So you can see we have that iconic camera chin on the back. We do have the two-tone color scheme, although on the chalk it's not very dark on the top, but this is supposed to be a gray and this is a white here. You can see we do have the black aluminum going all the way around, and then on the front we do have this very large display with the punch hole camera. So upon release, the Pixel 6a came with Android 12, but pretty soon after, Android 13 was released. So it's only on Pixel phones right now, but I must say that Android 13 made a huge difference in how this phone ran. So it was fine when it came out. I actually really liked the phone, but Android 13 just made everything so much more fluid and smooth. It brought a couple of features with it, but I can just tell you that even though this is a mid-range phone, it just moves through menus smoothly. Animations are incredible. Look at how smooth these animations are when you're going through applications. Everything is super smooth. If you're wondering about the current version that we're on right now, we are on Android 13 with the August 5th security patch. So if you want the latest and greatest, get a Pixel phone, because you're gonna have the brand new Android version as soon as it comes out. Now, one thing I will mention is that you cannot go back to Android 12 once you update to Android 13 on this phone. So that's one unfortunate thing. So if you do download Android 13 on your Pixel 6a and you want to downgrade, you're out of luck. Now, taking a look at performance, so here's a Geekbench. So we have 1051 single core and 2930 multi-core. I must say that after using this for a month, it works flawlessly. It's super fluid. Everything works really well. Now, the only difference that you'll notice with this and the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro is the 2 gigs less of RAM, and that's it. It has the same exact processor as those two phones, and those phones work really well. So you're gonna get great performance for a cheaper price on this one. Now, of course, I know when we buy our phones, we use them for social media. So I wanna go ahead and do a quick social media test here. So just to show you how long it takes to load these. I have Spotify, Instagram, and Reddit. And then, of course, just to show you, we can go back through and we can go back to this one here. And so RAM management is pretty good in this phone also. And of course, we can clear all, go ahead and open these up again. Now I do want to give you a quick speaker test on the Pixel 6a. Now we do have a speaker on the bottom as well as in the earpiece, so it does get pretty loud. So we'll go ahead and turn this up here and I'll give you a quick sample of that. So here we go. So yeah, this thing gets super loud. Speakers are fantastic on it. Now the display on the Pixel 6a is pretty good. We have a 6.1 inch display. The Pixel 6 has a 6.4 inch and the Pixel 6 Pro has a 6.7 inch display. This does come in a resolution of 1080 by 2400. It is an OLED display, as I mentioned previously, at 429 pixels per inch. And of course, the controversy around this phone was it had a 60 hertz display, which honestly, for the price point, isn't terrible. It's a really good display. But of course, there are other phones in this price range that have 90 hertz or 120 hertz displays. While that is a great thing to have, honestly, after a while, you kind of get used to this. Now, one thing I will say is the colors could be a little bit more saturated. Now, of course, this display is not like a Samsung phone where it's very saturated. I would have liked to see a little bit more saturation. But as you can see, we have the natural, we have adaptive, and then we have boosted. I've kept it on boosted, but it still looks pretty good. And here's a quick video just to give you an idea of how it's going to look here. So this is just a live 4K video, but I'd say the colors look pretty good. We can rewind a little bit and take a look at another portion of the video. But as you can see, it does look pretty good. So all OLED displays look pretty good, but I think they did a good job with this. Although, again, I would have liked to see a little bit more saturation in the display. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it. Of course, another thing that the Pixels are known for is their camera. So of course, we have two 12 megapixel cameras. We have a wide and ultra wide, and we have an 8 megapixel camera on the front. And I'll go ahead and show you a couple of video and picture samples right now. Test of the front video on the Pixel 6a. So as you can see, we have a nice sunny day today. Looks really nice, but I can't see. All right, so a quick final verdict on the Pixel 6a. So a lot more pros than cons, so I'll just give you a quick bit of cons with this. So lack of wireless charging, not really a fan of that. I use wireless charging all the time, so I really was kind of missing that. So if you want wireless charging, you have to get the Pixel 6. Other than that, really not much to say. Of course, I could complain about the 60 hertz display, but it's not that crazy. There are other phones that are more expensive that don't have 60 hertz displays. It's not that big of it's not really a deal breaker for me. Other than that, the saturation on it, as I mentioned previously, was kind of weird, but the display overall is pretty nice. Everything else is really good. I'm really impressed mostly by the processor in this and the fact that they have a processor shared with the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the iPhone SE, being that that has a flagship processor in a not flagship phone. However, I think Google did a really good job. It's not an iPhone SE. iPhone SE is in an old body, so they could have very well done that if they really wanted to, but they kind of kept the same Pixel 6, Pixel 6 Pro design in a cheaper package. So I think it really works, and it's a really, really good phone. Now, Pixel 6a pricing has kind of been all over the place since it came out. Came out at a price of $450. However, right now on Amazon, they have it for $369.99, which is a really good price. They also have the Pixel 6 for $469. If you buy it directly from Google, the price of the Pixel 6a is $450, and the price of the Pixel 6 is $499. And that's down from $599. In this scenario, I would say definitely go with the Pixel 6a for that price, but if it was $450 and the Pixel 6 was $499, I'd go for the Pixel 6 just because of the added benefits. So the Pixel 6 has a slightly larger display, 90 hertz, additional storage available, 2 gigs more of RAM, and of course it has different materials that it's going to have a better glass on the front, and it does have glass on the back as well as wireless charging. So you get a couple more niceties. So if you are comparing and the price is only different by like $50, I'd go for the Pixel 6. That's just me. But overall, I'd say that it's definitely worth the money. Definitely one to look at if you're looking for a mid-range phone. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this quick review of the Pixel 6a. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.